Nice to meet you, Brian.
We're back in session, and we have two housekeeping items to take care of. Councilwoman Kerwin?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to move to reconsider an item earlier. You may recall that I placed Lauren E. Hardin's name in nomination for the Historic District Commission. As you recall, her essay was actually requested, even though it says it on this sheet, requested Liquor Advisory Board. So my motion is to reconsider.
Support. Yes.
Thank you.
Moved by Councilwoman Kerwin, seconded by Councilman Eisenbacher, that we reconsider the nominations to boards and committees at this time. Discussion? Vote, Mrs. Bartholomew, on the reconsideration?
Councilmember Kerwin?
Yes.
Mayor Schilling?
Yes?
Councilmember Beltramini?
Yes.
Broomfield?
Yes.
Eisenbacher?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Madam Mayor, if I may, I'd like to place Lauren E. Hardin's name in nomination for the Liquor Advisory Board as the student representative.
Support.
Moved by Councilwoman Kerwin, seconded by Councilman Fleming, that we place Lauren Hardin's name in nomination for the Liquor Advisory Committee as the student representative to that board. Discussion?
Mayor,
Councilman Eisenbacher?
did we need to include all the other people because they, or was it just a reconsideration for the one office?
She made the motion to reconsider the one office.
Okay.
That one.
Good.
Okay, thank you. Vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Mayor Schilling?
Yes?
Councilmember Beltramini?
Yes.
Broomfield?
Yes.
Eisenbacher?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Kerwin?
Yes.
Motion passes. Two items of business to take care of. I'd like to move a suspension of the rules to move council comments before council referrals. We have two council members that this is their last council meeting, and tradition has it that they have a chance to speak to folks. We're going to do that before the other item. And the second item is under the suspension of the rules for when we have more than 15 people sign up on an item, we can have the time for people to speak limited to 3 minutes instead of 5. And that has occurred under the council referral item. So,
Support the suspension.
moved by the chair, seconded by Councilman Kerwin that we suspend the rules. Discussion? The vote, Mrs. Bartholomew?
Councilmember Beltramini?
Yes.
Broomfield?
Yes.
Eisenbacher?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Kerwin?
Yes.
Mayor Schilling?
Yes? Motion passes. Do we need to have another? That's it, right? Okay. Okay, on council comments, Councilwoman Broomfield.
Thank you. And I appreciate you going to that trouble so that I know all of you came out to hear me say my last words of goodbye, right? You're here for that and that alone. I was hoping for a nice, quiet meeting for my last time together sitting up here, but that's okay. This is Troy, and we have a lot going on. But this is going to be my last meeting. I've served about 7.5 years, and through a series of looking at my life and my commitments, I realized that I could not make a commitment for the next 4 years. I want to thank my husband. He's sitting in the audience. Honey, wait, raise your hand. He won't stand up, but he's sitting in the audience there. And you've probably not seen him because when I committed to run and work for you as a council member, he also made a commitment. And that was to do a lot of things Monday nights, including watching our granddaughter, so that I could be here. So I conveniently found a babysitter tonight so that he could be here, and I just want him to know that I love him, that I thank him for his support, and he's a keeper, right? He's a keeper. I had a nice canned written thing that I wrote, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I'm probably not going to use any of it because I think people like stories. And my husband and I went on a road trip, 3,840 miles to be exact, on the back of a Harley in 16 days. And that took us to my brother-in-law's home in Canyonville, Oregon. And I discovered that my brother-in-law was on the city council there in Canyonville. Now, I went online to look up what the population of Canyonville was, and it didn't have one. But you have to understand that Canyonville has one main street, and you can walk it both sides in about 5 minutes. Ralph is his name. He was talking to Harry, and he's telling him that he was not thinking that he was being approached to run for the city council again. And he was really debating because in his 2 terms that he's done it, he's found that half of that small city loves him and half hates him. And at one point, they were considering casinos coming in. He's a teacher by trade, but he paints during the summer. And one of the residents came by while he was painting one of the buildings there on Main Street and tried to pick a fight. I mean, the guy was going to have a fist fight with him because my brother-in-law was not going to support his point of view. And so he was thinking twice about whether he wanted to run for a second term there in Canyonville. That's not why I'm not running, or didn't run. However, I have been known to, when people in the supermarket ask, "Are you Christina Broomfield?" wondering if I really wanted to answer that question. Depends on, is this about council? Is this about other things? So, but I will say this. I found a quote, and I wanted to use it. It's by someone, Roger Nash Baldwin. Don't know who the fella is, but I liked what he said. He said, "As long as we have enough people in this country willing to fight for their rights, we'll be called a democracy." And in the 7.5 years that I've sat up here, there has been a lot of debating. Sometimes it has been loud, other times it has not. But we've been fighting for our rights. And whether we agree or whether we disagree, we are a democracy because we have that right to do that. And I thank you for the opportunity to serve you these last 7.5 years. I may not be sitting up here in the future, but I will certainly be sitting out there. Thank you very much.
Councilman Eisenbacher?
Thank you. We've got a lot of people to speak this evening, so I'm going to be very, very brief. First, I just want to thank the residents for putting their trust in me and electing me to a second term 2 years ago. It's with great honor and respect that I accepted this position. Also wanted to, just like Christine, I wanted to thank my wife and my 3 young sons for letting me have the time away from them and to pursue this interest. I know it's been not so easy because I have been working quite a few hours and I'm away from the family for quite a few hours as a councilman. I, like Councilwoman Broomfield, chose not to run. Couldn't see how I could fit family, job, being an elected official, and campaigning all together. So I wanted to finish up the term doing the best job possible, so I chose not to run for re-election. Thank you.
Are there other council members that want to make comments at this time? Or we'll leave those for council? Usually we bring up items of interest to the community or things that are coming up, events that we want to talk about. But I think this evening, because we have some serious things to talk about that you folks want to talk about too, that we'll save those comments. Next is council referrals. And I'm going to move the resolution to get it on the table. It does not mean that we are not going to hear from all of you. We will hear from all of you signed up on this item.
Support.
The resolution is resolved that the City Council hereby schedules a February 23rd, 2010 special election for voters to approve, to vote on a proposed millage question and direct city administration to draft ballot language with the proposed millage rate increase of 1.9 mils for the next 5 years to be utilized to restore public safety and quality of life venues, with the language to be provided to the City Council on the next regular City Council meeting agenda for council election.